my channel. For today's video, it's gonna be something different, something that I haven't touched on yet, but a lot of people ask me how I started my own business, what steps that I take, how I found vendors, and just a lot of the ins and outs of starting a business. So I decided to make a video telling you guys the background on my business, how it started, and just some general information. So make sure you subscribe because there'll be more videos like this coming. I'll do some more in-depth videos about starting a business and just giving you guys advice and just giving you guys information on mistakes not to make, because I made a lot of mistakes. So yeah, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned. Okay, so I'm gonna be giving you guys a few tips that I wrote down on how to start a business. Well, I'm really just gonna be telling you how I started my business up, but it'll be the same way that you can start your business. This is gonna be general information. It's not gonna be like a super in-depth step-by-step on how to start your business, but you will definitely be able to take this information and get a little jump start on starting a business, or maybe just take some motivation from this video to work on starting your own business if that's something that you want to do. Now, before I jump into this, I do want to say that starting a business is not easy. Don't do it because it's the wave, like now, which there's nothing wrong with it, but it's like the wave. Everybody's an entrepreneur, everybody's starting a business, but it's like you can tell with some people that it's not genuine, or they're just doing it just to say that they did it, because it's not easy. It's times where you're gonna want to give up, or you just gonna want to be like, fuck it. But if this is something you really want to do, of course, then you might have your moments, but you're not going to let the bad times deter you, basically. Because if this is your dream and it's something that you really want to do, you're going to keep pushing through the hard times. Okay, so I started my business back in 2017. I got the idea for it in 2016. And if you did not know, I own a lash and hair company called Lashe Lane Collection. And it's not just my company. I just say I because obviously I'm speaking for myself. It is a partnership. I am in business with my cousin. So basically, I wanted to start a business because at the time, scratch that. I wanted to start a business because I always said that I wanted to be a business owner. I just felt like working for people has never been something that has been for me. Like, I always job hop because I wasn't happy. I don't like how a lot of businesses treat their employees. I don't like the way a lot of management talks to their employees. That has always been something big for me. So I found myself from job to job to job. So I moved to Houston and I wanted to start a business, period. Like, I was at a time where I couldn't work. I was at home with the kids. I needed money. I wanted to start a business. So that was my why. I wanted to have financial freedom. I wanted to be able to spend more time with my kids. And I wanted, being an entrepreneur is something I wanted to do. That's number one, your why. Why do you want to start a business? Your why needs to be pretty good. Your why for starting a business is like the foundation of your business. It really is like the molding for your business. Like, you need to have a good reason why you want to start a business. It can't be just because I don't want to work for nobody. Like, nah. I mean, for some people, yeah, but it needs to be deeper than that. So why is the number one. Make sure that you're starting a business for all the right reasons, because if you don't, I hate to say it, but you will probably fail, or you probably won't get as far as you want to be, because your why is not genuine, or it's going to show through your business. Trust me. So make sure you start a business for the right reasons. And most importantly, make sure that you are doing something that you want to do. Number two, an idea. All dreams start with an idea. So you need to find out what type of business do you want to start. Do you want an online business? Do you want a physical like store location? What part of the industry do you want to go in? Whether it's beauty, fashion, whatever it is, like an idea. You need to figure out what it is that you want to do and make sure that it's something that you're passionate about. Because if you're not passionate, like it's gonna show through your business because you're not gonna give your all. Like you'll have moments where you're going hard, but then you'll slack off. And I know this because, yes, my business, and I said I wasn't gonna put this out here. Like I love the beauty industry. I love makeup. I love hair. But once I got into the business, it was just a little more than what I expected, and I found that I'm not fully passionate about it. Like I love it, but then again, I don't, if that makes sense. I don't know. I love the makeup industry and all that, but I really don't want to be a makeup influencer anymore like I used to. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you notice like I used to post makeup looks all the time. Now it's just kind of a lifestyle. Like it's just me dressed up type of post. And yeah. So I once after my first year in business, I kind of figured out like, okay, I like this, I can make money off this, but is this really what I want to do? So now, after 2 years, I'm to a point where it's like, okay, I don't know if this is something I want to do long term, and I don't want to keep stringing it along, you know? I want to do something that I'm passionate about because I want to be able to give 120%. Like, I want this to be something I wake up every day, and I'm happy to go to work. I'm happy to stay up late, putting in that time. And I still do that now, but it's just more of something in the inside. Like you want to be happy doing whatever you do, because it's just going to show through your work. So that's why now I'm working on something new, but I'm not going to speak on it yet. I'm working on something new that I'm trying to drop by the end of next month, maybe the beginning of April. And as it get closer, of course, I will announce it. I drop little hints every now and again, just to get it buzzing. But yeah, so make sure you have a solid idea of what you want to do, and make sure that it's something passionate. Make sure it's something that you dream of doing. Number 3, legally. Okay, so you got your why for starting your business. You got the type of business that you want to start. Number 3, legal. Now, why is legal important? Because you want to secure your idea. You want to secure the bag, as they say. So once you got your why, you got what type of business you want to go into. Now it's time to legally secure that business. So you need to, whatever state you in, you need to find out what you need to do. You need to find out the website, or if you want to do it in person, mail it off. You need to legally register your business. Personally, I did an LLC. Some people do a sole proprietorship, but I feel like the LLC was basically right for me, because with an LLC, like if somebody was to sue me, they couldn't sue my personal stuff, like my personal assets or whatever. That cannot be touched. So that's the difference between an LLC and a sole proprietorship. But yeah, you do some research on what do you want to do your business under. Like, is it a sole proprietorship? Is it an LLC? Are you doing a partnership? Whatever. You need to figure out what type of business entity you want to register your business as. That's number 1. Then you need to get a tax ID number. You can go to irs.gov and register your business and get you a tax ID number. You also need to get, I think depending on the state, a business, a reseller's permit. I'm in Texas, you need a reseller's permit. I know California needs a reseller's permit. and it's free. Well, it's free in Texas. I don't know about other states. You just get on the website, fill out the information, and they mail you the reseller's permit. Now, this is important because a lot of vendor websites and a lot of vendors will not sell to you if you don't have a reseller's permit. And this is a good thing for the vendors to do that, because the average person can't just come in and just buy wholesale. Like, say I just want to go buy some shit wholesale. Like, no, you need to be legally registered. You need to legally have a business to buy wholesale. So a lot of vendors are doing that. Like, a lot of them want you to have a reseller's permit. So those are the three. That's the only three I'm going to touch on. Those three you really need. You need to basically legally secure your business, because say you have a business idea and you have a name and you promoting it on Instagram or talking about it, somebody else, and if it's not registered, somebody else could steal your whole name and go register, and there's nothing you can do because legally it's their name. That sucks if you have this bomb name, bomb idea that you spent time coming up with, and then somebody just go snatch it right up under you because you didn't take the time to legally register your business. And the only part of this that costs is doing like the LLC, like the business entity. That's the only part that costs. The tax ID and the reseller's permit is free. So in some states the LLC is super cheap. I know in Texas it was $350, but I feel like in my home state Oklahoma it's like $100 and something. So it just varies by state. Number 4, vendors. So once you got your why, you got what type of business you want to start, you got it legally registered, now it's time to find vendors, depending on what your business is. But I'm just speaking for like someone who want to start an online business. You need to find vendors. Now, like I said, starting a business is the wave right now. So people are selling vendors lists. Vendors lists is out there. Like, they doing vendors lists. But when I started, I don't know if I just wasn't following all those type of people, but I didn't see vendors lists. I didn't even have the money at that time to purchase a vendors list. But so I just got on Google. I Googled wholesale mink eyelashes because I knew I wanted to sell mink eyelashes, and vendors popped up, and I just started reaching out to different vendors. And then I started following like-minded people on Facebook and Instagram, and I got into these little business groups on Facebook, and people were sharing vendors, swapping vendors, and I just kind of went from there. And once I started posting that I was gonna start selling lashes, and once I started promoting on Instagram, a lot of vendors started reaching out to me on Instagram, and I just started communicating with them via WhatsApp and trying out different lashes until we found the ones that we felt like, okay, this quality is bomb, and this is what we want to sell. Now with vendors, you want to make sure that, for one, you're testing them out to test out the quality. You want to see how fast they can ship the product to you. You want to see how they do business. You want to make sure that they are consistently sending you good product, because sometimes they might send you bomb lashes all the time, and then you might get a batch where the style is off, or they didn't send all the correct whatever you order. So that's another thing. Quality is the main thing. You want to make sure that they sending you quality product, because quality is always going to stand out. That's one of the things that's going to make people continue to shop with you. So vendors, make sure that you find a good vendor. Make sure that you're getting good product. Make sure that they can ship it to you fast. Because when I first started out, we didn't have a lot of money starting out. So a lot of times what we did was pre-sale. In the beginning, we didn't tell people that it was a pre-sale. We just let them order, because we knew our vendor, once we ordered, this product would get here in 2 days. So, and our processing time was 1 to 3 days. So that worked out perfectly for us, and our vendor now is the same way. We order product, we get it in 2 days. So fast shipping is good with your vendor, especially when you don't have the money to just buy buku products starting out. Marketing is key. Marketing is something that I struggle with in the beginning, and it's something that I struggle with now. With being an online business, there's a million businesses on Instagram, on Facebook, online in general. So with your business, I don't care if you're selling hair. We all know that there is a million people that sell hair. Make sure that you have a theme for your business or a concept, or like say you're doing a Valentine's Day collection or whatever. Make sure that you do something to make your business stand out. I'm not a big creative, so for me, since I'm not a big creative, I know that in that department I'm gonna need help. So there's a lot of people that are marketing managers for businesses. Now that is something that you have to work your way up to because most of them are not cheap. But yeah, you want to make sure that you market differently than some people. I mean, you can always market on Instagram, but make sure, like, say if you do photo shoots or little mini Instagram commercials, make sure you try to step outside the box and do something different or do something that you haven't seen. Or even if you have seen it before, put your own little twist on it because that's going to make you stand out from the rest. Also, I find that when you're more in this day and time, they want to see the face behind the brand. Like, I feel like years ago, people didn't really see the face behind the brand, or they didn't really care to see the face behind the brand. But nowadays, in the world of social media, people want to see the face behind the brand. They want to feel like they know you. They want to feel like they can connect with you on some point of level. They want to feel like they can relate to you. And it may be something minor, but if they feel like they can relate to you, there's gonna build trust between you and the customer, and they're gonna want to shop with you based on that. People literally buy stuff just because of who's selling it. If you notice these big Instagram influencers that start businesses, not saying that they don't put out quality product, but initially when they launching and they selling out and they having all these sales, people are buying it just because of them, because they built that trust with their following that they could sell they could start selling fucking air and people will buy it just because. Like, that's a proven fact. If you market yourself the right way, people will buy whatever you sell. So I would say take some time, research and marketing, find out how you want to market. I would say don't let social media be your only way of marketing. Because if social media was to die, or if we didn't have the internet, would your business still prevail? Would you still be able to get sales? How else would you reach people besides social media? And that was something that when I started a business, I didn't know a lick about business. I didn't know anybody in my family that had a business that I could talk to. Like, I had no advice. I strictly went off Google and just asking people that I knew had started a business, and it was just like trial and error. So marketing is key because you can have bomb products. Your Instagram can be laid out bomb, like everything can be good, but if that marketing is off, baby, you won't get no
sales. Zero sales. Zero.
So marketing is a big part. You want to make sure that you really do your research and test some stuff out, especially if you don't have a big following on social media. Or if you know you don't have a big support system, if you know that people ain't just finna be buying it just because it's you, then make sure you really put your all into marketing, because that's how you're gonna stay relevant with your business, and that's how you gonna drive sales, period. So those are just the 5 things, or um, 5 things that you need to know when starting a business. That's how I started my business. I had my why. I had what type of business. I legally registered it. And I literally found all this information from Google. Stop purchasing all these vendors lists, getting scammed. And I ain't gonna say getting scammed, because a lot of them have vendors on there. But what's it gonna help you if you spend 100 plus on the vendors list and there's a million hair vendors? Realistically, the average person, you can't go buy hair from all these people to test out. So that's why I say stop buying these vendors lists. Find you a vendor, test, go from there. They're not hard to get in contact vendors on Instagram, we all know they spamming our goddamn pages 24/7. Search through the hashtag wholesale hair. Like, there's other ways to find vendors than wasting money on a vendors list. You're gonna pay all that money and then you still gotta pay money to test the hair. Like, nah, sis, don't do it. I've never purchased a vendors list. Any vendor that I found for clothing, hair, makeup, lashes, shoes, whatever, I found off Google or the internet, period. Those are my 5 tips on starting a business. If you want a more in-depth video about the legal side or just whatever, comment down below and let me know. I'm always willing to share what I know. I'm not claiming to know it all. I'm not claiming to be super successful, but I have made a lot of mistakes in business and I have learned from them, so I do know a little something. So if there's anything else that you guys would like to know, make sure you comment down below and let me know, and I'll be sure to give you guys a video on it if I feel like I could touch on it. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe and I will see you in my next video.